What is up, amigos? Hope you're doing well. I watched Anmol Jamwal's video the other day, and while I appreciated his perspective on the lack of young stars in Bollywood, I couldn't help but feel that the conversation missed a crucial point. Do we really need to focus on creating stars? Shouldn't the emphasis be on creating storytellers, nurturing writers and directors, and building an ecosystem where the craft of cinema takes precedence over the faces in front of the camera? The more I think about it, the more it feels like Bollywood is clinging to an outdated formula. Stardom, as it was in the past, isn't as relevant anymore. Audiences today are smarter, more discerning, and more exposed to global content. They aren't drawn to the cinema solely for the stars anymore. They come for the stories that move them, for the worlds they can escape into, and for characters they can relate to. Bollywood's obsession with stardom feels like a relic of the past, and I believe it's time to let go. We live in an era where the audience has undergone a seismic shift. Gone are the days when a big name actor was enough to pull crowds to the theatre. Today, the audiences are binging on series like Breaking Bad, The Crown, and Squid Game. They are immersed in films from countries they couldn't even locate on a map. The common thread in all of these? Stories that resonate, no matter where they come from or who stars in them. OTT platforms have made this shift even more apparent. Shows like Patal Lok, The Family Man, or Made in Heaven didn't just entertain, they introduced us to new characters and redefined what we expect from Indian content. These stories became the stars, not the actors in them, and that's the most significant change. People now care about narratives, not just names. So why is Bollywood still chasing an outdated ideal of stardom? The diminishing influence of Bollywood stars is evident. Look at the box office failures of big-ticket films featuring so-called bankable stars. The audience can no longer be tricked into theatres with overhyped trailers and underwhelming scripts. Films like Lal Singh Chadda and Samrat Prithviraj underperformed despite featuring massive stars, while movies like Kantara thrived purely because they connected with people emotionally. This trend tells us something important. The audience doesn't care about star power unless the content behind it holds up. If the script is weak and the execution uninspired, no amount of stardom can save the film. In contrast, films driven by strong stories and lesser known faces continue to win hearts and generate buzz. Why? Because at the end of the day, people come for the story, not the spectacle. Now let's talk about the backbone of cinema, the writers and directors. These are the people who create the worlds we fall in love with, who craft the dialogues that stay with us, and who shape the characters we root for. And yet, in Bollywood, they're often treated as an afterthought. How often do we hear about a film being marketed as from the writer of or from the director of? Rarely. Instead, the entire promotional budget is spent on glorifying the stars, as if their presence alone guarantees quality. Compare this to industries like Hollywood or South Korea, where directors like Greta Gerwig, Jordan Peele, or Park Chan-wook are celebrated as much as, if not more than, the actors. Their names alone inspire trust and curiosity. Why can't Bollywood do the same? In South India, we see glimpses of this approach. Filmmakers like Lokesh Kanakaraj, Mari Selvaraj, Rishabh Shetty, Rakshit Shetty, Prashant Neel, Rajamouli have become brands in their own right. Their names bring audiences to theatres because people trust their vision. Bollywood desperately needs to learn from this model. Now here's where the problem runs deeper. Our culture of star worship. For decades, we've treated actors like gods, elevating them to untouchable pedestals. But this blind adoration comes at a cost. It creates an ecosystem where mediocrity thrives, where the same faces are recycled in uninspired films, while genuinely talented actors and filmmakers are left struggling for recognition. Take Vineet Kumar Singh, a phenomenal actor who has given us unforgettable performances in films like Mukkabaz. Despite despite his immense talent, he struggles to find consistent work while nepotistic mediocrity continues to dominate prime projects. How is this fair? Why do we reward mediocrity over merit? It's not just the industry's fault, it's ours too. We, the audience, need to stop obsessing over the names on the poster and start paying attention to the stories being told. We have the power to change the system, but it starts with shifting our own priorities. Another casualty of Bollywood's obsession with stardom is the slow death of experimental cinema. Films like Peeply Live or Dhobi Ghat, which explored unique themes and fresh perspectives, are now a rarity. Why? Because production houses are unwilling to back projects that don't have a bankable face attached to them. This fear of taking risks is stifling creativity and preventing the industry from evolving. Compare this to Malayalam cinema, where films like Jallikattu or Avesham or Manjumel Boys or Kishkinda Kandam challenge conventional storytelling norms and win acclaim globally. These films are proof that bold, experimental storytelling can thrive when given the right platform. Look at the rise of South Indian cinema on the national stage. Directors like S.S. Rajamouli and actors like Fahad Fasil have shown that audiences care more about the quality of the film than the star power involved. Pushpa and RRR 2 became massive hits not just because of Allu Arjun or Ram Charan, but because the storytelling and execution were compelling. The stars complemented the story and not the other way around. So the question comes down to, where does Bollywood go from here? The answer lies in introspection and reinvention. The industry must recognize that the audience is no longer the same that it was 20 years ago. Today's viewers are global citizens with access to diverse content. They demand authenticity, creativity, and meaningful stories. Bollywood has the talent to deliver, but it needs to shift its focus from stardom to storytelling. Bollywood, according to me, doesn't need another superstar. It needs storytellers who can create magic, who can transport us to new worlds, and who can remind us of the beauty of cinema. And we, as the audience, need to be part of this change. So the next time you see a trailer, ask yourself, am I watching this for the actor or for the story? Let's leave behind the age of star worship and embrace a new era of cinema, one where the story is the real hero. Because at the end of the day, it's not the star on the poster that matters, it's the story in your heart. Well, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you think Bollywood's obsession with stardom is holding it back? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more such content. Until next time, this is Maddie signing off. Bye bye.